Hi everybody, I am Orjan Nilsen and this is Intricacy Enquired. I would like to see more cross compatibility between like Mac and PC. That would be good because I use both. I have a PC in my studio and I use Mac when I'm traveling. So having easier cross like compatibility would be awesome. Especially when it comes to like sound cards and project files and stuff. That would be so cool to have. So maybe let's try to make like a universal sort of like plug for sound cards and stuff, so you have it on both, you know, PC and Mac for all the sound cards. It just makes things so much easier, if you ask me. I have quite a few favorite like producers that I like. Armin van Buuren has always been a huge part of it. Axwell, obviously. I think nowadays there's so many. There's so many ones. Actually, people should check out Jonas Aiden as well. He's Norwegian. He's very good, and he has a fantastic YouTube channel, which you have to check out. He's funny, and he is a brilliant producer. So go check out Jonas Aiden. You know, it's impossible to choose because you want different stuff for different fields. I still love big parties like big festivals and stuff because there's so many other artists there from all kinds of genres, and it's just so many people enjoying the moment and just loving the music. So I think maybe like big parties is probably my favorite, I think. I think as old boys, I'm 2 years away from 40 now, so I guess I can start calling myself an old boy. I think to attract a younger audience and stuff, I don't know, follow the times a little bit. Like, you don't have to compromise with your sound too much, obviously. If you do that, then basically you lose your identity as well. But I think having a 15-year-old daughter, I realized that there's a lot of things in that world that I will never be comfortable with, so I don't do that. But try to see if there's parts of their world that actually is pretty cool and can be, you know, implemented into your sound, into what you're doing on social media and stuff like that. And like I said, there's quite a few things I'm never gonna do, even though I have done a couple of dances with my daughter on TikTok. But yes, yeah, just keep yourself real towards yourself and try to see if there's part of the new generation's things that you actually would maybe enjoy doing. Well, if I wasn't a DJ, I probably would have become a surgeon. That was my initial plan, and then music just captured me in a way that nothing ever did. So most likely I'd be something within medical professions. Well, for all I know, it could have been whatever, but that was my two goals. Like, either I'd make my dream come true being a producer and a DJ, or I'd be a surgeon. I don't know if I am more relevant than other artists, but if I am, maybe because of my boyish charm, this young little face here, which don't seem to age. Not even like, I'm starting to realize now I don't really age that much in my face. I guess that's a good thing, except when they ask you for ID buying liquor. That's a bit annoying, especially when you're buying wine, which is 18 years old, like limit on. I do look older than 18, I think. But yeah, other than that, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I love experimenting with new sounds, and that also includes the sounds of today. So maybe people like that, and yeah, maybe it's the fact that I actually don't look that old. I will always go for a phone call. I kind of hate texting and emails, anything like that. I do not enjoy it. So I would go for a phone call each and every time. Oh, there's tons of places I probably would have loved to play, but I'm gonna, like, from the top of my head, I would say Coachella. That sounds like a pretty cool thing, and I can say I've played Coachella, woohoo! That's one thing. And other than that, I would have loved to have played in Iceland. I don't know why. Iceland is almost like Norway, but I've always wanted to go there. Mostly just for vacation, but yeah, if I could play in Iceland too, that would be cool. I think Armin did it pretty well back in the days when it came to helping other talents and young talents. I know I can only speak from my experience. It's supporting their tracks, helping them finishing the tracks as well. Maybe like give them advice on how to get to the next level. I know for sure Armin did that with me. So I think try to take a personal interest. If there's somebody you actually think has a lot of talent, you should take a personal interest in them. I know I do. I can just speak for myself. Fingerling, which is I think is a very talented producer, and I really support him. And also because I've kind of trained him since since he was very young to become a producer. So yeah, I would say take a personal interest in it and try to follow their development. Try to get them to the next level. I really believe that like some people think that people make other stuff, like other genres, for money. No. Most of the time, if you keep true to one style, that will probably give you more money because you have like a certain fan base. I've always made music, different kinds of music, because I want to be a more accomplished producer. I want to learn other techniques and other skills. Sort of like I probably would have as a doctor. If I was into like neurosurgery, I probably would think, yeah, okay, maybe I should branch out, maybe some oncology, maybe see what happens. And it's just, I don't know, it's constantly challenging yourself, keeping it interesting for yourself as well. Because if you just keep doing one thing and that's it, you're a factory. You're packing cans, basically. Well, naming a track has always been a pretty fun process for me. It depends. I might already have the track name in my head, or I might sneeze and call the track Achoo, which I have done. Or back in the days when I used to smoke, I might have a cigarette and call the track Lucky Strike. Yeah, or you might drink like a beverage and you call it the Mule. Yes, I had a Moscow Mule when I made that track. Or you can make a track and you just have the feel in your head, like Sanktansaften, my brand new track, which had that like Sanktansaften feel to it, which is Midsummer Night's Eve. You just see the midnight sun, you're standing around a bonfire with your friends, having a couple of drinks and just enjoying life. And it's very soothing, if you know what I mean. So yeah, it all depends. There's never like a proper like thought process behind it. It usually just pops into my head. My favorite type of music besides trance, you know, there's so much. I love house. I've always loved house. It's beautiful. I don't know. It's just it's something about the rhythm and the overall feel of a house track that makes me happy, and it's really cool. And I still love old school tracks so much, and I mean old school. I don't mean old school trance, which I also obviously love, but I mean Sam Cooke. That guy had a divine voice. I love that, and I love pop music. I love a lot of stuff, but like yeah, I grew up with a lot of 80s music, and I grew up with a lot of 50s, 60s music because of my parents and my brother. So yeah, I love a lot of old music. Always over. I'm the kind of guy who will switch your toilet paper if it's under. It's like this, like that. Sorry. Yeah, the Inception theme song, Time, that Hans Zimmer made. I don't know why that makes me emotional. It just does. And actually, a trance track, Jürgen Vries, the theme, or Jürgen Vries, I'm not sure, but yeah, that track it has a lot of feelings to it, and yeah, I love it. Yeah, Bruce Springsteen, The Boss, Streets of Philadelphia. I would love to remix that. I love the track. It's an absolutely melodic masterpiece, and I would love to do it. And that's probably also one of the reasons why I won't dare to touch it. But yeah, you never know. I honestly have no idea. You see, Nifra is taking the world like by storm, and she's doing great both production-wise and DJ-wise. I have really no explanation as to why. Like, I would love to have a ton of more women in the trance scene. It's yeah, the world's your oyster. Girls, get to it. I kind of want to have like a bus tour through the States. And not just to do gigs, but also just have a bus tour and watch a few sites and just have fun. So that would be cool. But like in general, I will always go for a plane. I would be a potato. More versatile. Can be used in almost everything. Yeah, potatoes. I kind of look a little bit like a potato. Oh, see, I gotten that question before, and it's always very hard. But I think La Guitarra or Between the Rays. I think a blend between those two probably defined me, at least from 10 years back. It definitely did. Yeah, no, I'm so much all over the place that it's very hard to say what defines me. It's weird. But yeah, okay, if I'm definitely gonna go for like one track, yeah, it would have to be Between the Rays, I think. The track that I always want to play, but I never have still on a live show, that probably is gonna change, is Axwell, Watch the Sunrise. I love that track so much. It's so awesome. It just gets me in an instant good party mood. And I have a feeling it would get other people in the same kind of mood. Yeah. So I'm a part of this community called 9gag. I love it. It cures boredom, and it's a lovely community, crazy community. Yeah, Keanu Reeves is sort of like the king there. And to be fair, I've been a fan of him since I was a kid. I mean, he's Neo. How cool can you get? I have no idea what track I would have wanted to play during my funeral. I have a feeling it probably would be La Guitarra, but it wouldn't be my choice. But yeah, I gotta be honest, I really haven't thought about that too much. I'm kind of uncomfortable thinking about my own mortality in that way. So I haven't. I think the song that should be played during my funeral is what people define me as. So yeah, you never know. Maybe it's just a song I loved, I don't know. So yeah, that's uncomfortable. Let's move on. What excites me the most? It's very hard during these times to be excited about anything, but like there's a few things. Like, for example, I love the fact that I can be with my daughter more. Like, I can be with her a lot. I think she's quite excited for that too, to be honest with you. And I'm also excited that I can actually really geek out and do whatever I want in the studio and learn new stuff and get new stuff to work with and learn. So I think those two things that's exciting, I think, for me, like being more close to my family and being able to really expand in the studio, like production-wise. Oh, help me grow. I don't know, get my music to more people. I don't know, radio, TV shows, whatever. I think that might be a way to do it. But like, other than that, I see a lot of people from all over the world just keep finding me, which is cool. I like that. And it's brand new. It's young people too. It's very young people. I even like have an audience all the way down to like 13 years old. So that's pretty cool. So I guess, and it's a really big span. I actually have people from like in their 70s listening to me, in their 40s, 30s, 20s. It's awesome. So yeah, I think just to reach other countries, maybe TV, radio, something like in their country, you know, I don't know, maybe something like that. Well, we get a ton of demos all the time for the label, which is very good, and there's a lot of talented producers out there, let me tell you. We do obviously have a few that we've already signed before, and they always get listened to as soon as we get a demo because we just know they're good. Other than that, we have a team that goes through a lot of demos, and we get a lot of tracks, I can tell you that. And it's always fun to listen to, even tracks that maybe not are suited for the label. It's just cool to hear how people are being creative, and you can actually hear people progress and get better. But yeah, we usually go through a ton of demos, and we filter some out, and we try to give feedback on as many as we can. Obviously we can't do it with everybody, but yeah, it's that's how we do it. And sometimes I actually seek out people to make tracks for the label. So, but yeah, most of the time, demos. And keep sending them, please keep sending them, because I love listening to them and we love getting them. I think trance can grow a lot if there's a new sound of trance coming that will gain a younger audience. I think it needs to change a bit. It needs to be a little bit more accessible for younger people. I don't know how to do that. That's something that's probably going to end up happening in not too long, I think. I just have this feeling. But yeah, it needs to reach a younger audience, and probably a more diverse audience. Yeah, it's not an easy task, but it happened before, happened many times before. So yeah, I have faith. Well, there's so many people I would like to collab with. On the top of my head, Axwell. It's a bit of a dream. A tough one to get probably, but I would love to make a track with Axwell. I would not mind making a track with Tiesto. I would love to make another track with Armin, because that was fun and it was such a perfect experience. He's good, I can tell you that. Yeah, let's try to do something. Let's do a collab with somebody that is not in the scene. Coldplay. I would love to make a track with Coldplay. That would be cool. They have Melancholy that is really cool, that it really suits me as well. So yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, that was fun. Thank you guys so much for having me, and yeah, I'm Orjan Nilsen. This has been Intricacy Enquired, and please have me back. I mean, I'm sitting here, I'm making music, playing FIFA. It's not much happening, really. Please have me back.